come on, you Blues. You'll take that, won't you? Away at the Bernabeu, 2-1 in the Champions League. The top 8 is closing in. Look, I'll be honest with you, I was confident ahead of this game. I actually was. I didn't get a chance to prove it with my preview today. I didn't get a chance to, unfortunately. But I would have predicted a win. I'm not just saying this. I genuinely felt that City were going to do something today. And we walked away with 3 points and a very satisfying win. We weren't excellent, and it was a bit scrappy, and there were definitely things to improve on. But do you take that away at Madrid? You do it every single time. Every single time. This is their competition. Real Madrid are the masters of this, and this has put City in a very good spot indeed. Lovely stuff in a game that could have easily gone many ways. And in the end, I think City were the better side. They were comfortable, and it probably should have been a lot closer at the end. A lot more comfortable at the end with them down to 10 men, in my humble opinion. I'll show you the standings now of the Champions League. Where are we at? Here we go. As it currently stands, City up into 4th on 13 points. Down in 9th, you've got Liverpool, who played the same amount of games on 12, so it could easily switch, but we're now one step closer to that top 8 slot. Of course, we've got to get some at Bodo Glimt and Galatasaray, but you'll take that today, won't you? You absolutely will. I mean, it's annoying. If we beat Leverkusen, we'd be second now and be almost certainly looking at qualification. But life, we'll just crack on, worry about that later, and be very happy with what we've got today, which is a very important, very crucial win against a very good side. I know it's not a side at the best these days, and I know it's not a side that have been, setting the world alight. They are definitely in a sort of slump themselves, and too many players missing defensively. But it's Real fucking Madrid, man. It's their competition. They are an elite level side who will always give you trouble at this level, and this is a side still trying to learn the ropes, so to speak. They're definitely still trying to find themselves as a new collective with so much change and so many new variables. So you look at that lineup today. This is how we lined up there. You had the typical defense of O'Reilly, Vardiol, Diaz, Nunes, Donnarumma goal with Nico Gonzalez, Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, then Cherki, Haaland, and Doku. And I mean this in the most gentle way possible. But those players who aren't used to this stage starting away at Madrid, I would say Nico Gonzalez is one, Nico O'Reilly's one, Mateus Nunes is one. Cherki's definitely, look, I know he's young, but he's still got to adapt to this stage. And Doku's played it before, but he's not an established superstar at this stage yet. Foden, Haaland, Bernardo, Diaz, Vardy. Well, Vardiol, the same with Doku, actually, to be fair. I mean, Vardiol still, he scored away before, but I'd remove Doku from that, to be fair. He's played, but you know what I'm getting at? There's a whole bunch of players there that aren't the elite superstars of old, and it's definitely very much some of these players are trying to find themselves, and this was, This was a big moment for some of those guys, almost certainly. Nico O'Reilly in particular, look, to be 20 years old, to be a Manchester lad, and to score the equaliser after Madrid had gone ahead. Of course, Rodrigo scored, by the way. That must have felt absolutely huge for him. The big lad himself, City fan, of course, from Manchester, been in the club forever. Yeah, big. And a moment he deserved, what it's worth. When you've got players of the quality of Nico O'Reilly who've been performing all season, it wasn't even his best game today. But I'm glad he got, that moment, because you deserve that for the season that he's had so far, and he's been absolutely immense. And then, of course, up the other end for a penalty. And it was a penalty. Rudiger having a bad day. Can we revel on that? I just want to. I want to be real here. I want to get close up to the camera, and just talk to Rudiger if he's somehow listening. Antonio, just me and you here, mate. Just me and you here. I'm glad you had a terrible day today. I truly am. Because you're a shit stain, mate. You're an absolute knobhead. A constant cheat. Constant fouler. You did De Bruyne's face in. You're a great player. But you're a bellend, pal. And today you had an absolute stinker. You got megged by Cherki. You gave away a penalty. Somehow you should have been sent off, but the referee, I don't know, maybe your best mates, I don't know, but he just didn't send you up. But either way, Rudiger, you had a bad day, and I'm very, very, very happy about it. Absolutely happy about it. I can't stand stand Rudiger. He's a knobhead. I'll hate on Rudiger always, because I know he's got more Champions Leagues than us, Sean. Absolutely, of course he has. Don't mean he ain't a wanker, mate. He's an absolute fucking wanker. You can be the most successful person in the world. I can still call you a prick, mate. You know what I mean? If you want to. And Rudiger, great footballer, not bad. And he had a bad day today, so I'm happy about that. On the City themselves, by the way, this performance wasn't actually, I don't think it was electric, but I actually think we were the better side. I mean, I think the game and the stats here show it, as you can see there. City with the on the XG from there, by far the better side, 2.58. Let me just make that a little bit smaller so you can see on the screen a bit better. 1 second. It's not lining up properly. Hang on, guys. There we go. 2.58 XG to their 1.44. Yeah, 4 big chances to their 3. 12 shots to their 16. The possession was about even, but I still think City were the better side. You know, Cherki and Haaland could have had another one each. As I said, Rudiger should have been sent off. He should have been down to 10 men. I don't know how ever in a million years Rudiger stays on the pitch. Like, there is no possible, I mean serious here, there's no possible explanation for why Rudiger is sent off. If you give a free kick, you are admitting that he's taking a player out last man as he's about to go into the area. Like, there's no way you could ever in a million years not give a yellow card for that. Like, he's literally about to turn in towards goal with no one else there. It is beyond diabolical. And I don't even want to talk about all the other stuff about Jude not getting the yellow and all this kind of stuff, and O'Reilly getting one for the same thing. All that stuff's irrelevant. No precedent is needed. You know, like, remove all the context from the game and everything. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, there's no possible explanation why that should be anything other than a yellow card. I can't think of a single reason. Like, none. Like, I can't think of, like, you ask 100 people, all 100 people should say that's a yellow card. But, you know, the referee bottles it, and that would have made the game maybe a bit more comfortable. Yeah, so it is what it is, you know. I mean, of course, as well, the ref can't not give that penalty. I mean, we probably could not give the penalty, but it is the most stonewall penalty. Rudiger's locked onto him, and he's dragging him down. He's dragging him down into the mud. Yeah, it's the most stonewall thing you'll ever see. You know, they could try not give it, but come on, man, it's ridiculous. I mean, maybe they could have. Overall, City, by the way, I thought we started pretty poorly. Someone said, by the way, he apparently put his hand in the pocket and then realised he had to send him off and didn't do it. I don't know, because someone verified that, but my mate Noel on Twitter said that. Can anyone verify that? I don't remember. I didn't see that. I might have looked away. But yeah, I mean, referee's bottled that. I'm sorry, but he's absolutely bottled that. I'm not having any other excuse. But yeah, overall, I thought we started... did someone just say no celebration from Haaland? He'll be at Real in the year. Did you not see the celebration, mate? He did. He smiled. He did the whole nonchalant thing. You know what I mean? He did the nonchalant, just do my job thing, you know. Does a postman celebrate when he delivers a letter? You know, does he? You know, it's that kind of thing. But yeah, looking at the lineup today and how everyone got on, I thought the first half we started pretty slowly, to be honest. Like, I actually thought we showed our nerves. It was feckless. Like, the team were feckless at the start of it. They were genuinely lacking initiative and they were scared to take any. We got the ball. Postman Pat might, to be fair, yeah, he might actually celebrate. Go on, Postman. I got the letters for you. I've been watching a lot of Postman Pat recently. Don't get me started doing Postman Pat presents. Oh, can I borrow your tractor, Ted? Yeah, there's one episode where he borrows someone's tractor. Never mind. I'm watching it with my son earlier. Anyway, no Postman Pat impressions. And you seen the Postman Pat spin-off? Parents in the chat. Special delivery service. That's what Kevin De Bruyne should have had, man. That's a banger of a tune, that. He could have been De Bruyne for, like, yeah, anyway. Rabbit hole there. Hands up in the chat if you've seen the special delivery service version of Postman Pat. Banger of a tune. Anyway, back to what was I on about? Like, we started pretty poorly. I thought we looked nervous. We looked a bit apprehensive. We couldn't really complete a pass that mattered. We had a decent amount of possession, but every time we got further up the pitch, we were slow to do anything. Yeah, we couldn't really complete anything, and it was frustrating. And we were giving the ball away an awful lot, you know. It was frustrating. It was frustrating because we could have achieved so much more. And look, I've deleted my tweet about Doku, actually, because the reason I deleted my tweet about Doku about having a poor game is because the timeline shows you in the wrong order. And at the time of tweeting that, it was the right thing to say, in my opinion. But then everyone sees it afterwards and just gets really angry. And I'm not in the business of letting everyone get angry over timestamps being wrong. If you know what I mean by that, like, because everyone's like, I ended the game well, Doku, in my opinion. He was really useless towards the end of the game, useful towards the end of the game with some smart play. But I think he had a poor game in terms of decision making creatively. Like, Doku kept holding on to the ball, and we could have, in the first half particularly, it was egregious. And he was a good example of it. And I think Phil as well, like, he couldn't complete a pass that mattered. His free kicks were really poor. I think Bernardo just kept making stupid mistake after stupid mistake. He showed his experience at the end with a delightfully cynical challenge. I love a delightfully cynical challenge. But he Yeah, I miss old school Twitter time as well, by the way. This For You thing where it's all out of order. So it's like people see the tweets later and you get in trouble for it. And you're like, no, at the time it was me. He did grow into the game. We had a really poor start, Doku. Anyway, but yeah, onto Bernardo. Like his most notable contribution to the game was a cynical challenge and tackling Ryan Cherki. Yeah, Haaland, of course, with a massive penalty. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought he was going to miss that. I did. I don't trust Haaland to score a penalty at the moment. So that's an awful lot of conviction. And, you know, given he missed some recently, given it's the biggest stage in European football, it is. Bernabeu is the most important stadium in European football in Champions League nights because they are the kings of it. And given everything, I thought he was going to miss that, to be honest. But he didn't. Cool as a cucumber, as the saying goes, whatever that means. Calm, collected, bottom corner. It's funny, isn't it? Because it's not really in the corner. Like, it was sort of central to the left. If the keeper goes that way, it's an easy save. Penalties are mad, aren't they? They're good if they go in, they're terrible if they don't. It's really that simple, to be honest. Nico, by the way, in the middle was fine. He was okay. He did a decent job of there. I thought Ruben Diaz was good today, by the way. I thought Ruben Diaz was really good. Yeah, just solid, winning everything in the air. Guardiola had a decent game as well. I think the defence held up as well as they could, really. I think Nico Riley actually was caught out of position a couple of times. I thought Nunes did pretty well, you know. He got skinned by Vinicius Jr. once or twice. It is fun. Look, I'm not ever going to criticise any winger in the world for getting like skinned by a great world-class player. It's fine. If you're going to win 5 challenges against him, Vinicius Jr. is going to beat you twice. It's going to happen, man. Like it's going to happen. Like I don't mind Nunes getting beat by Vinicius Jr. because fucking Kyle Walker will get beat by Vinicius Jr. once or twice. You know, anyone would. It happens because he's a world-class winger at his best. That's fine. The only thing I'll ever criticise is stupid mistakes. But getting beat by a winger is not a stupid mistake. It's 50-50, man, and that's going to happen. But I thought they did all right. I agree, John. I think both Nunes and O'Reilly look like attacking fullbacks, but they did fine today. I think they did, you know. Obviously, you know, there's better he could do, but overall, I was happy with their performance. Donnarumma, like, flapped, but also succeeded. You know, like, he was fine, Donnarumma. I thought Phil was quiet today. Yeah, and I actually thought these substitutions made sense. Marmouche to running behind, I got the logic of that. Reinders because Phil was quiet. And Savinho, I actually got the logic of Savinho, and he did what he was meant to do, but I think Pep's, like, hoping that Savinho will do what he's meant to do, then fucking do what he's meant to do next. Like, Pep was hoping that Savinho would be really good at carrying the ball into all the spaces he got forward. And he was. Like, Savinho is still a really good dribbler. Like, he gets past his man, like, 75% of the time. But he's just waiting for him to fucking do something. I haven't talked about Cherki. I'll get onto it a bit. Like, but he gets past people. And then the next bit's dog shit, unfortunately. Like, fucking dog shit. Like that bit where he skinned Madrid fullback and then he tried to play an outside of the boot pass to Marmouche. I was like, it was the worst pass I've ever seen. He just booted it straight down the pitch towards the corner flag. And then the bit where he cut in and he did one bit where he cut in and put a good cross with his right foot. Another bit where he cut in and tried to get a shot away. He just does one good thing and then the next bit is terrible. Like it's terrible. Yeah, you know. But I didn't mention Cherki. I thought Cherki had a nice little game there. Not a spectacular game, but he did show that he more than belongs at this level, Cherki. I thought he had a couple of good moments. The bit of skill where he jinked past a couple of people. Bernardo took him out. It was a shame because he could have got through, you know. There's one game as well where he sort of got the ball in space, but he decided to square up his defender and get a shot away instead of just shooting straight away. Like, everyone got set, which was a shame. And there's a bit where he played a delightful ball up top, which Haaland couldn't quite get to. But overall, I think Cherki, like, he belonged at this level, and I was impressed with his contribution in the game. But overall, you know, well, I'm still on the one here where just I'll go back to it again. Rudiger. Back to being professional again. I'll always enjoy Rudiger's displeasure. That's the way I'll put it. Not bad. But overall, yeah, I am happy with this, man. I did laugh at Haaland just shoving. Who was it he shoved again? I can't remember who it was. Was it Asensio? Or was it Carreras? It was one of them. He just shoved someone. It was bloody hilarious. The proper big shove. You've got two sons. I have got two sons, and I'm going to teach my two sons to give it fucking large when you have to, man. Like, look, also you shouldn't meet my wife. It's my wife's fault. The reason I'm like this, by the way, is my wife's fault. My wife's a bit gobshite. Like, I'm more of a gobshite than me, and she'd admit it too. Yeah, and they're too young to watch this video, so it's absolutely fine. But I'm happy about this today. I really am. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to see City win, and I got to give City credit. They had the spirit and the peace of mind, not the focus. Sorry, to drag the victory. And I thought they were going to equalise. Hands up, if you thought they were going to equalise. I think we all did. I did, and. I don't know all this Asensio stuff, by the way. I've seen a lot of gross Asensio stuff, so if that's true, yeah, fuck him too, man. Like, I didn't realise. I'm not going to get involved in that because obviously I'm on YouTube videos and it's all liable stuff. But if that's all, yeah, screw him, big time. By the way, I just saw someone say, Chris, on my Twitter timeline, talking about Nico Riley being absurdly good and how he remains calm on the biggest stages, and he's a great athlete and he's brilliant. Yeah, I agree. Nico Riley, man, to be that good at the Bernabeu at his age, with his inexperience, in a position he's unfamiliar with. Likewise, Nunes, by the way, got to mention the unfamiliar role. I'm buzzing for him. Absolutely brilliant. And I think Doku, by the way, did get better in the second half. I thought in the first half he was poor, and I think by the end he was, he was excellent by the end. He alleviated so much pressure. There was no one better in the world, by the way. No one better in the world at getting the ball, say 30, just before the halfway line, 30 yards in his own half, and going past like 4 people and getting the ball 40 yards up the pitch and either winning a free kick or getting a corner or something like that. He's really good at it. He's excellent at it. Like, absolutely excellent at it. He's so good. And it's really, 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 really useful. Incredibly useful. I actually thought Serena wasn't that bad when he came on, by the way. I might be the only one. He's got, yeah. By the way, people, I see not the only one. Not the only one who feels like Savinho actually didn't do too bad when he came on. Yeah, I feel like everyone feels the same. Yeah, he did a good job. I thought it was the right call. Like, I thought it was the right call. Yeah, to bring him on, it made sense. But all you need is one of those runs to come off, and you've got a goal. But it's just not happening. It's just not happening right now, is it? Anyway, I did feel their goal, by the way. Yeah, it was frustrating. Rodrigo, he was always going to score. The goal came from us failing to make a pass that was so obvious. The ball going out wide, Bernardo being weak in the challenge, and a very obvious counter. Rodrigo held the width really well. It was a good touch inside Nico Riley and a really good finish. Donnarumma might have done better on that, actually. Rodrigo was always going to score. I maintain what I've said. I always rate Rodrigo, and I know he's had a bad year, not scored in about 30 games since March, but I think Rodrigo's a quality footballer. Would absolutely shine at Man City. I truly believe it. But it's one of those things where if he was at City, he'd be great. He absolutely would be. Yeah, overall, good night. We're looking in a good position. We will be fine. I think we will qualify. I think Bodo Glimt might be a difficult night. It's going to be like minus 10 degrees on a plastic pitch in the middle of winter in Norway. And I can't stress enough how difficult that game will be. It must be fucking minging to play there. But the players, they'll do the best. I think it might be a draw, but I think we will beat Galatasaray and we'll be absolutely fine. We'll get there. And overall, it'll be a good group stage. I saw a great stat. Donnarumma created more chances tonight than Vinicius Junior. Good stat there, Nobbins. Wonderful stuff. I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I'm knackered today. But I'm going to leave it here, yeah, but I'm very happy with that. I'll see you live tomorrow morning for 5 Things Learned. For now, though, up the Blues. Good night. Madrid.